The Dictator is not your average comedy. Directed by Larry Charles and starring Sacha Baron Cohen, this film is a roller coaster of satire, absurdity, and unfiltered humor. If you've ever wondered what it would look like if a tyrant with the ego the size of a small planet tried to navigate the real world, well, you're in for the treat. The Dictator is a film that dares to be outrageous and pulls it off with the style that only Cohen could master. The film follows the story of General Aladdin, the eccentric and brutal dictator of the fictional country of Wadia. Imagine the worst qualities of every dictator in history thrown into a blender with a pinch of ridiculousness, and you've got Aladdin. He's a man who casually orders executions, has a fleet of identical body doubles, and creates a nuclear program with a missile that, in his words, needs to be pointy. When Aladdin is summoned to New York to address the United Nations, things take a wild turn. His trusted advisor, Tamir, has other plans, like replacing Aladdin with a doppelganger and turning Wadia into a democracy to get rich off of its oil. Of course, Aladdin is betrayed, kidnapped, and left for dead, only to be saved by a militant vegan feminist named Zoe. I can't make this up, y'all. The plot thickens as Aladdin tries to regain power, sabotaging democracy, and falling for Zoe in the most awkward way possible. The Dictator is a brilliant satire that mocks not only the absurdity of dictatorship, but also the hypocrisy of the West's approach to it. Aladdin's character is an amalgamation of every stereotype associated with dictatorships. He's narcissistic, out of touch with the reality, and utterly convinced of his own greatness. Cohen uses Aladdin to poke fun at the ridiculousness of absolute power and the often clueless nature of tyrants. One of the most biting scenes is when Aladdin gives a speech to the UN Assembly in which he explains how great it would be if America were a dictatorship. He lists all the things that would be wonderful about it: rigging elections, spying on citizens, and having the rich control the government. The uncomfortable laughter that scene provokes is precisely the point. Cohen forces the audience to confront the ways in which even the most absurd scenarios have echoes of truth. Sacha Baron Cohen's portrayal of Aladdin is both hilarious and horrifying. He commits to the character so completely that you almost forget that this is a comedy. Aladdin is not a caricature. He's a fully fleshed out personality with all the bizarre quirks and neuroses that come with being a despot. One of the film's most memorable moments is when Aladdin tries to fit into American society by working in Zoe's organic food co-op. Watching a tyrant struggle to understand concepts like fair trade and employee rights is comedy gold. The sight of Aladdin, once a feared dictator, now reduced to shoveling chickpeas while trying to figure out why everyone's so obsessed with gluten-free products, is nothing short of genius. The humor in The Dictator is unapologetically crude, but that's part of its charm. It's the kind of film where you'll find yourself laughing at things you're not sure you should be laughing at. The jokes range from the slapstick, like Aladdin getting smacked in the face with a frying pan, to the darkly clever, such as when he renames over 300 words in Wadia's language, Aladdin, leading to a mix-up between the words for positive and negative, a joke that pays off in a very unexpected way. Cohen doesn't shy away from pushing boundaries, and while not every joke lands perfectly, the ones that do hit with the force of a freight train. The film's willingness to go to places most comedies wouldn't dare is what makes it so unique. It's not about playing it safe. It's about going full throttle into the absurd and dragging the audience along for the ride. While Cohen's performance is the centerpiece, the supporting cast deserves recognition. Anna Faris is delightful as Zoe, the straight-talking activist who somehow becomes the love interest of a tyrant. Her deadpan reactions to Aladdin's antics ground the film's more outrageous moments. Ben Kingsley as Tamir, the scheming advisor, is both menacing and funny in his quiet desperation to rid himself of Aladdin. And then there's Jason Mantzoukas, definitely butchered that, as Nadal, Aladdin's former nuclear scientist who becomes his reluctant ally in New York. Jason brings a manic energy to the role that perfectly complements Cohen's over-the-top performance. The Dictator is a film that knows exactly what it wants to be. Brash, bold, and brazen satire that takes no prisoners. It's a film that revels in its own absurdity, never afraid to offend or shock in the name of comedy. But beneath the layers of humor and outrageousness, there's a sharp commentary on power, politics, and the often ludicrous nature of both. If you're looking for a film that's going to make you think deeply about the human condition, well, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're in the mood for a comedy that's unafraid to push boundaries and make you laugh until it hurts, The Dictator is a must-watch. Just be prepared to never look at democratic institutions or vegan feminists the same way again. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Black Sugar Lovin', out.